Okay, welcome to the channel. So let me ask you a quick question. Were you wondering how to trade options in the stock market? Well, in this video, I'll show you exactly how to trade options using the cover call technique on the Thinkorswim platform. Now, one thing you're definitely going to need is a level 2 funded brokerage account. By the way, if this is the first time watching the channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell notification for future videos. So I'm going to log on to the Thinkorswim platform, but before I do this and show you the technique, let's get something understood. I am not a financial advisor. Repeat, not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before investing in the stock market or anything for that matter. Let's get logged in. Okay, for this example, I'm logged on to Thinkorswim and the ticker is RKLB. The company name is Rocket Lab. Now look to the bottom where you see the symbol RKLB. I bought 200 shares and the cost was $27.90 per share. And also, before you can even execute the cover call, you must have 100 shares of a given stock or ETF. Now, this is the option chain, and that red flag that you see next to where it says 13 June 25 weeklies, that flag represents that I have contracts that are sold for that given week. Now, when you see that flag at again, that's the strike price that I sold the contracts for. That's the $30 strike price. Now, where you see the two columns, the bid and ask, that's the minimal bid, the bid price, and that's the ask price where you see the 13, and I think the bid is 12, I believe. Well, anyway, that's what those contracts are currently worth. Now, the delta column, this is where you get your chance of probability. Now, that number that said the first two numbers of that 1230, I use the first two and subtract that from 100. So that's 12 minus 100. Which gives me an 88% chance probability that Rocket Lab will not reach $30 by the 13th, which is Friday, 2 more days from the time of this recording. By the way, if you found value in the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're ready to start your investing journey, I have 3 links in the description, one for Webull, one for Robinhood, and one for Moomoo. Any one of those 3 you'll get free stocks from, and free stocks is free money. Now let's return back to the video. Now we'll take a look at where I actually sold these contracts at. Now right there where you see trade price, that's how much I sold those 2 contracts for, $28 per contract. Now that 28 is also times 100, so that's 28 twice, which would mean that I got $56 of premium. Now to the right, you see P&L for the day, P&L open. That means profit and losses. And also where you see RKLB, the ticker, that red number 2, that represents that I sold 2 contracts. So at this point, I can do a few things. I can either let this ride out for 2 more days, but what I am actually planning on doing is I'm going to buy these contracts back as I've made more than 50% on the 2 contracts. and we're going to try and do this while the market is still open. That's why if you notice, you see the fluctuation in numbers. That's because the market is still open. Anyway, we're going to try and get rid of these and maybe try and repeat the process. So what I'll do here is hit close. Then this will pop up, and where you see where it says limit, that's what the market's offering for me to buy back. I'm gonna see if I can give them a little less. So I offer them 12 instead of 13. Then I'm gonna hit review. Then this page will pull up. Then I'm gonna hit send and see if it fills. And it got filled. Now, as I previously stated, I didn't have to close the contract out today. I could have rolled it out for 2 more days, but I wanted to get back into it and sell 2 more contracts. So I'll hit show RKLB details. We're back to the option chain, and let's see, I guess we'll try for June the 20th. So we pulled up the 20th of June, and let's see what we have here. Now, looking at this option chain, look at the delta, and from the delta column, if I want 80%, at least 80% chance of probable success, the best one would be the 31 strike price. Now, the bid and ask, okay, we'll break that down. The bid is 31 and the ask is 38. Oh, and in case I didn't previously say, this is Charles Schwab Thinkorswim mobile app. Now on this app, when you want to sell a covered call, you hit the bid side. So now we concluded that the $31 strike price was the best one. So I'm going to hit the bid column where it says 31. Then this page will pop up. Now, being that I was trying to get a little bit more for the contracts, you see where it says 0.34, that's the mid. Well, I'm not going to get this order in on time, but anyway, I also wanted to sell 2 contracts, and how you would change that number, because you're selling contracts, you hit the minus side, or you can press behind the actual number and change it that way. That's why that blue line is flashing, so that I can change the number. So now I got the quantity right. I asked for a little bit more. I asked for 35, as you can see in the limit price there. And being that the market just closed, I'm not going to get this order filled, at least not today anyway. So with that said, where you see it says day, I press that, and then where the bottom says good to cancel GTC, I'm going to hit that. Next I'll hit review. Then the order confirmation page shows. Everything looks the way I want it, so now I'll hit send. And that red flag, as I showed you in the beginning of the video, that's a representation that I have an order to sell 2 contracts of Rocket Lab with the $31 strike price. Now, with the Rocket Lab cover call, I got filled this morning. As you see there at the bottom left at 11:09 this morning. The 2 contracts I sold were the $30 call. I got filled at 33 cents per contract. As you know, that's times 100, so it's 33 times 2, which is 66. Now, these 2 contracts expired June 20th, which is next Friday, and currently they're worth 20 cents per contract, so I'm already profitable. We'll see the results and what I do from here. So this is easy work, rinse and repeat. I can keep doing this as long as I want. And pretty much that's how you would execute the covered call. All right, just to reiterate something, this is not financial advice. This is my trading journey. I'm just merely sharing with you my experiences in the stock market. So what did you think? Was the info helpful? If you found value in the content, please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comment section. Lastly, I'd like to take a second to thank all of you who watched the video. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And if you want to see more content, click up there. Till next video, love you all. Happy trading, be well, and peace.